Hi darlings, this is Christina. Thank you for joining me today. Today I have something cool, something new. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Okay guys, so this Huda Beauty palette was not on my radar. You know, the Sephora sale has been going on for a few days now, and I can't seem to help but every day feel like I need something else. I'm gonna do a separate video about what I purchased all from Sephora, all things that I felt like I needed to include, not just makeup but some skincare things too, but that's a separate video. Everything hasn't arrived, a lot of it had to ship. So anywho, this was at my local Sephora, so I ran over, picked it up. I did a little short of it when I came home. What I love about this Huda Beauty palette is this is giving me the vibes of when YouTube first started with all the beauty content creators. Carly Bible, Jaclyn Hill, Jackie Aina, like Carly Bible and Jackie Aina were probably the big ones in my world, but such nostalgic vibes. Now, this is a different color story for Huda. Normally, she does a lot of warm tones, but this was all cool tone. And you know, I've been on my cool tone kick. Thought this was such a beautiful, elegant palette. Oh, I'm in love, guys. And I did try it yesterday. It was my first day trying it at work, and I found that it was very versatile. You can definitely dress it up, dress it down. I like that there's a lot of color variation to the tones. So, you know, I'm gonna do one eye that's everyday friendly and one that's very glam. I'm just gonna use any kind of fluffy brush, and we're gonna start with the everyday palette. I'm gonna go into the color Liberty here. So let's talk a little. You know, I posted that like I wasn't feeling so hot, and I've been like dealing with this really stinky colds for about a week now. So it's really stunted my filming process because I just wasn't up to it over the last week. And so I'm so excited to get back into recording and doing some videos, guys. I have some things that I need to get to you. You know, the Hermes palette is out, and we're gonna get into that. It was such a drama to get it to me. I haven't got a chance to really film that, so I will get that out to you guys too. But there's something going around right now because I'm not the only one who's been experiencing these weird colds. And so it was so bad. And I felt like normally I can shake off a cold pretty quickly because I have a really, you know, healthy vitamin regimen. And I try to eat pretty good. You know, I'm not perfect, but I try to eat more food at home. My husband is an amazing cook, so he normally cooks our breakfast, lunches, and dinners. I know. I am very blessed. I don't get sick as often as I used to now that I've included like my vitamin C and zinc mix, also my multivitamin and all the other supplements I add to my regimen. Thankfully, I've been doing really good, but this one I couldn't shake. And the more days was going by, the worse it was becoming, the worse I was feeling. I was like, oh no. So I took a COVID test. It wasn't COVID. And it was like day 5. So I figured if this was COVID, it would have also stopped feeling like this. And so I was like, okay, let me call the doctor. So I called off a few days of work. Actually, I just called off one day of work. And I called the doctor and I was like, I know this is a sinus infection. I need you to give me, okay, let me do the look I started at work. So this is a Wayne Goss 19 brush, and we're gonna go into the color Fearless. This leans purple, okay? So we're gonna just tap this. Now, let me pause in that story. This here color, okay. So I love the mattes, and I don't have a lot of matted type of eyeshadows because I like a lot of luxury palettes, and their mattes, with the exception of Prada, are more like shimmers or sheens. So I was happy for this, but I will tell you, if your lids are dry, okay, which this is the season for dryness, it gets real cakey real fast. Like, it's not a very creamy formula. The some of the darker colors, in my opinion, aren't as smooth. Fearless is okay. We're going to go into Hope, and that's the one that I really struggled with, and I had to actually add one of my the new Chanel holiday palette to blend in, to kind of bring that balance in, because it was looking a little crazy. Exactly what I wore to work yesterday, and I got a lot of compliments on it. So my story about the sickness, and the doctor, I did a phone appointment, and he gave me this rundown about doing too many antibiotics and becoming antibiotic resistant. I was thinking, you don't have to tell me this, doc. Like, I know, like, I don't take antibiotics very lightly. I wait for the results to come in before I even start taking them. But anyways, he told me to take the Sudafed Zyrtec mix that you can get over the counter, but I think you have to get it from a pharmacy because they don't like to sell it out in the open. So with that being said, I took that, and he said that I was going to feel better the next day, and he was not wrong. I did feel better the next day. So if you or anybody you know is running into a situation where their cold's getting worse, it's not COVID, it's not a sinus infection, but it's lingering, try the Zyrtec D combination, you know, of course, with doctor approval, making sure you don't have any health conditions that you can't take for it, but that really helped. It is a lot better than it was. Okay, so I'm just gonna take it just to like where my pupil is. That's where we're gonna end that color here. And then let's just blend it a little. I'm gonna take that same little fluffy brush, just blend, because it has that warmer tone on there. I like that one because it's very like my skin tone, but a little darker. So far this is where we're at with the coloring. So you see it leans kind of purple-esque. It's very nice. Actually, some Morphe M513. Refer Brush is having a sale right now, and I really debated like ordering some. We're gonna go into the color Hope. And I really debated, you know, getting some brushes, but I was like, you know, I spent so much money this last month because, you know, Sephora, and then the Chanel holiday and Hermes came out, and now I'm kind of into like gift giving gear, because right now November is my husband's birthday month. He is turning 40. Oh my gosh, we are turning 40. He's turning 40 first this year, and then I turned 40 in January. So we focus right now on like him, and so I was like, no, I'm just gonna chill. I'm not gonna order any brushes. I definitely have ample brushes, and if I need them later, I'm just going to them at a later date. I don't have to get them on sale, you know, if I need them. I prefer it, but right now, you know, besides it being my husband's birthday, we also have a lot of family birthdays coming up, November and December, not including Christmas time. So let's just say it's going to be an expensive few months. This is it thus far. It's so pretty. Now today, Hope was not giving me struggles, okay? It didn't look as patchy as it did yesterday when I was blending it. I was in the car, so I don't know if, you know, my face had like dried out, but you want to make sure you're very well moisturized. Your lids are nice and moisturized. There's something I've been liking in regards to moisture. It's this one. This is the Honest Beauty Magic Beauty Balm, and I've had this in the past many years ago because I'm a big Honest fan. Like, I put all my kids in Honest diapers. We still use the wipes, their house products. Like, let's just say I'm a big fan of Honest since it came out as a brand. I appreciate Jessica Alba. Our kids, her daughter's older than mine, but she had a baby like a couple years prior to me having mine, and so she built this beautiful line that's like very healthy for baby, family, all that. So with all that being said, I'm a big fan. I had a lot of the makeup, tried a lot of the moisturizers, didn't like anything really. And I saw Amber Nicole, who normally does purse reviews, but I enjoy her. I think she's such a sweet soul. She did a little short on this and saying how it helps with the under eyes. Now, it is super dry in California right now. The wind has been on another level and my skin has been dying. So dry. And you know, when you have heaters or you have air conditioning, all those things add into it and you just end up so dry, especially my under eyes. And since I've been sick, I've been wearing the mask. I was like, you know, I'm gonna give this a try. They didn't have it at Target, so I ordered it on Amazon. And what I do is I just take a little and I dab it under here. And what I like about this is that it doesn't disrupt my makeup underneath, but it does make a difference. I have been using this consistently since I purchased it. And let me tell you guys, at the end of the day, when I'm looking at myself in the mirror, because the mirror at my job, there's horrible lighting and it tells all your secrets. It's not dry, it's not cakey, I don't see all my fine lines, you know, like I will say this is amazing. And thank you, Amber. Shout out to her for, you know, putting it out there. Great, great, great option. And I also put it on my lid if I'm feeling a little dry as well. So I didn't do that today. This just happened to be acting right. Don't ask me. Now you see this color here, Rebel, it's kind of crazy. It's kind of messy. The Smith brush, we're gonna take Rebel and I'm gonna put it here. So this is how I did it yesterday. I just put it like in the center edge. It's a pretty color. It is such an interesting color. It definitely leans purple. Let me show you, but it's got all kind of color dimensions. It's so pretty. But you see, it looks like a lavender, but it's like a duochrome. It kind of gives those vibes. It's very much like has pink in there and a little bit of green. It's really pretty. Yeah, so I put this here. This is where I kind of stop it. Okay, so you see it there, and this is where it is. And I know this is supposed to be every day, but guys, did I tell you that my work is my personal like place for wearing makeup? It's like my own little runway. So this is probably very glam for most, but this is very everyday for me. I'm going to stand up. That is another, I'm going to use the other side, the clean side. That is another like kind of shimmery color, and I just put this here. I like to blend. And since this one isn't as shiny, it's more like a sheen, it kind of just blends everything, as you can see. So pretty. So it gives you a little bit of your glam, but that sheen on the inner really kind of brings it down a little. It kind of dulls the color so it doesn't look so intense. And then we're gonna go back into Rebel. And just put it in the inner corner. Now what I'm so sad about is that this is limited edition. I feel like this really should be part of her permanent collection. You know, we have so many limited edition things. I don't love it, you know, because it gives this whole FOMO idea. You know, some things you can't help. Like, you know, Chanel, DIOR, the brands are going to have their limited edition. Like Fenty also had this really pretty like iridescent lip gloss. I'll put a picture of it here. Gone. Okay, I didn't even know about it. It wasn't on my radar, and I was so sad because that is right up my alley. Okay, so this is the look. So this is my everyday look. Okay, so if that's everyday, you're like, oh my god, girl. Okay, so now let's do, you know what, because we can really rock and roll with some colors, right? But since this is very glamish, let's do everybody else's version of a toned down look. I already went into Liberty. Let's build Liberty up a little. And there is kick up in the pan, so just know there is a little bit, It's a little more dusty than I'm used to, but I was expecting that. Like this palette was what, $68 without the discount, and you get 18 shades. I can't remember the last time I purchased a palette that had that many colors for that price. Like usually I'm picking like quads for that price. So I feel like this is a steal. I couldn't pass it up. I could pass it up, but I didn't want to pass it up. I definitely wanted to preview this for you guys. So let's go into Beauty Chaos, that pretty lilac lavender color. And let's just put it here. And I know I'm picking more of the purpler colors, and I apologize for that. That there are a lot of these in here. I feel like this actually does lean very cool tone purple of a palette. Now guys, I wear contacts, but they're just total dailies, so they're clear. I do naturally have green hazel eyes. It's funny because I've been getting some emails from people asking me to promote contacts from different countries, and I'm like, is it because they think that I'm wearing color contacts? Like, no hate for people who are, but like, I don't. This is my natural color eye, and I work in the eye industry, so getting contacts from another country, I'm just not interested in that. I definitely will stick to what I know. What I know is FDA approved. That being said, I say that to say purple is a natural complementary color for green eyes. So if you do have hazel, green, obviously brown is going to be pretty too. Also, you know, blue, but more specifically, purple is like on the opposite of the color wheel for green, and green actually has red as the opposite. That is going to bring you the closest to like a nice contrast, but let's be real, red on your eyes is a big woo. Green and purple actually is a nice, it's another complementary color. See that when I do my eyeliners, oftentimes the Chanel eyeliner I do have is the 516, and this is actually not a black color. It is a mix between, it's a mix between black and burgundy. So it's a deep burgundy color, and I do that because it actually is a natural enhancer to my green, and I feel like it's so pretty. And if you don't want a very bold color, this is a nice color to complement you without being too much. Heroin. I'm gonna have to Google that because I don't know why I can't say it. It's not heroin, but it feels like that's supposed to be very close to what I'm supposed to be saying. So I put that in there just to lighten it up a little. We have this pretty Maverick color. Ooh, that's pretty. Very, it's silver. Is it just silver? It feels like this is kind of a different color. We're gonna put this on the inner corner. Could be your very everyday wearable color because you have a little bit of shimmer, a little bit of color, but not too much. Definitely mostly matte, where this is definitely more glam, if you can see that. And I'm gonna put that Beauty Chaos a little underneath here just to marry those two colors, but I'm not gonna take it all the way, just in here. Okay guys, I'm gonna put my liner lashes and come back for final thoughts on this palette. So, BRB. I think this palette is so stinking beautiful. Truly, I think that it's so versatile. You have both the neutrals, which you see here. You also have a very glam, beautiful look. I love this. I have to say, like, I am in my cool tone mode, and I am just enjoying, I'm enjoying this palette. And I think I'm gonna keep enjoying this palette because this is something you can use year round. And while some of the colors aren't as creamy as I'm used to, They're still very workable. Like I said, you just need to make sure that everything's very hydrated, very moist, and everything will look very seamless. I know this is limited edition, like I already said. I kind of hate that, but you know, it is what it is. But I'll definitely try to get this out to you guys before the Sephora sale is over. So I'm gonna do my best to get this out for you by Sunday. But that's it, guys. I hope this review helped. And you know, just because it's limited edition doesn't mean you have to have it. But if you are on the market for a cooler tone kind of color story with also a little bit of purple hues to it, you're gonna love this color. You're gonna love this color story. I think it's gonna be very versatile for all skin tones, very beautiful, very wearable. And so I hope you guys have a great day, a wonderful week, and I'll catch you in the next one.